What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for cooling with Jay as always, man. I appreciate all the support on my channel. I want to say first off, shout out to everybody, man. When we finally hit 1,000, I know it's been happening, but I haven't officially announced it, so that is great news. And also now I am officially monetized as well, so I thank you guys for all the support, for all the views, subscribes, comments, and shares. And please, guys, if you're watching this for the very first time, please think about hitting that subscribe button as it greatly helps me grow my channel. So today's video, guys, is coming from a request from a comment. Matter of fact, his question was, hey, you've had this guy for 2 years now. Of course, as y'all might have already known or guessed, yes, this is my very first sport bike. I've had it now for 2 years. Yeah, y'all have heard the same spiel, but I'm sorry for those of you who are new. Very first bike, very first ownership. I've had it now for 2 years. As of, I think, 3 weeks ago, I am considering swapping it for the V4S Streetfighter. So his question was, if you had to do it all over again and the Streetfighter was available when you got this bike, would you have picked the Streetfighter over the Panigale V4? Which is a great question, because I actually got to test ride and do a first impression video of the Streetfighter, which I will put in the description above, below, somewhere, and y'all can check out that video, guys, if you want to know more about the Streetfighter. It's a kind of an in-depth kind of, again, first impressions ride, right? I think somebody commented and said, well, this is your first, you can't really call it that because it's the first ride. I said, dude, that's why it's called a first impressions. First impressions means your first thought, initial thought. It doesn't mean your final review. Anyway, dude, I can't make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this, guys, is going to be a video about that kind of a ride and kind of discussion about that. And again, guys, I apologize for not making content. It's just living in Oregon, man. It's been crap weather the past 2 weeks. So let's get into this video about the topic about if I could do it all over again, would I do the Ducati Panigale V4, or would I have done the Ducati V4S Streetfighter as my very first bike if I could do it again? So we'll see. I talked to the dealership as well. For those of you who wanted a heads up, it sounds like they're not getting any more Streetfighters until June, at least as far as my dealership is concerned. And I am number 6 still in line from 9. So I was 9, now I'm 6. So guys, there's still a possibility I might wait till next year, because obviously with the environment, things going on, I'm not sure if and when I'll get mine. On top of that, like I said, there's 5 people ahead, that are ahead of me, so that could be July, August, who knows. It could be they could all cancel. So let's get into this video. So first off, guys, I want to know your thought down below. Okay, if you were starting off, right, if you had the money, 30 grand, if you had 30 grand, your very first bike, are you doing the Streetfighter or are you going to do the Panigale? So comment now and leave your vote, and we're going to see which way y'all sway. Wow, really, dude? If I was to guess based on my viewers, I think I'd say 80% Panigale and the rest would be, I want to go fast, I'd say the rest would be Streetfighter. That's what I'd say. 3, 2, 1, go. All this traffic coming from? I don't know, but I want to get out of it. Anyway, guys, so let's talk about this, right? So obviously I've had the bike now for 2 years, obviously, as y'all know, and I've enjoyed it, obviously being the first ownership, first bike, right? Very first time it came out, it had its issues. So for me, I also have to account for that in my personal thought process, is because I know this one had issues. Now, obviously, if they come out at the same time, they would have both had issues. So it's one of those, they're both kind of even out. So that evens out, right? So it's a topic of if they were both out at the same time, right? Now that I've written the Streetfighter, okay? I'm not gonna lie, having the experience of having a full fairing bike in my lifetime is something I've always wanted to do, okay? When I told myself I wanted a sport bike, it wasn't I want a naked bike. It was, I want a full fairing race looking bike. You know, I want what goes fast. That's just the way it's just the way it is, right? I wanted something that goes fast, hence I got the Panigale, right? And I always wanted a Ducati. I didn't think when I was younger I could afford one, so that was obviously a shocker when life changed and I was able to be a dream come true, hence why this is my dream bike. But comparing it to the Streetfighter, I mean, you know, the Streetfighter doesn't win any sex appeal, right? Let's just call it what it is, right? It isn't sexy. Do I think there's sexier naked bikes out there? Yeah, I can say that. I don't think they're beautiful by any means. I think there's some that are more attractive, I think is the word I would use. I think the Aprilia is more attractive. I think it's more attractive than the BMW. I think the Super Duke's kind of on its own. The MT10 or FZ10, whichever one it's called here, I think that's the ugliest, in my opinion. So I think that's the ugliest. I think a Ducati's kind of somewhere there in the middle. Okay, so looks wise, obviously, full fairing bike. I've always wanted one, so that's the first thing, right? Is looks. Because I don't care if anybody says you buy something because of how it looks, and the Streetfighter just doesn't look appealing at all. So for that reason, 1 point to the Panigale, right? Comfortability. Now for me, this is a big one because I want to do longer commutes. Like, I want to go see things, right? I want to go see monuments and tourist destinations and attraction and mountaintops with the bike and that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to see more stuff, and you can't see that obviously with the Panigale, because who wants to go for a you know, a 6-hour ride on this guy? And now some people ride the bike, right, to like your twisties, right? And that's the next thing, right? If you want to ride your bike to somewhere to do twisty, you still have to cruise or commute there, because most times you're not going to be on twisties to get to wherever you're going, right? So in that respect, that's why I kind of like the Streetfighter for the comfort part of it, you know, because that for me is a big deal. Let's go downtown. Let's see how downtown looks. Obviously I'm in downtown Portland, in case y'all didn't know. So comfortability, right? That's the next thing. Now, power, right? I mean, you're talking what, 5 bph slower, I think. All right. I think this is where I want to go. I mean, 5 bph, guys, that's not much at all. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're getting 95% of what that bike can do, and guys, for less money. Think about that. You're doing it for less, right? Think about that for a second. That's price. You can get 95% of a full fairing bike for $7 grand cheaper. Now, without looking at it, you would say sold, right? Why would you even think that through? You would say done, sold, sign me up, right? Because who wouldn't want to save 7-8 grand? And that's not even counting, you know, because what? The new 2020 is, let's call it 29, right? And let's call the Streetfighter 24. So, $5 grand? I'd save it. I'd take it for sure. So that's one thing as well, man, like saving that money to get pretty much close to the same. So that's a point, obviously, to the Streetfighter. Woman looks real nice today. You know, and you get the same electronic package as before, right? Same package, nothing's changed, right? And you get the Evo 2 version of the package as well. So that's another reason why as well, right? Because you get the new, I think the new Evo package costs $800 for the Evo 2. So you get that as standard on the Streetfighter, and you'd have to buy it obviously on the full fairing 2020 V4S, right? So that's another thing. And guys, like, I want to be able to travel, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, go to Seattle, right? And I don't want to think about my body. Now, granted, obviously, they're both not designed for commuting in that respect, right? If you want to commute, get you a multi-strada. Well, multi-strada doesn't look as cool. I mean, power's there. I just can't see myself getting a multi-strada. I personally can't see it. Maybe somebody else can. I personally can't. So for me, it would obviously be Streetfighter all day, because I think, guys, it's the best of both worlds. I think it's the best of, you know, the power of what the full fairing bike has, and on top of that, it gives you the comfortability of more upright sitting. So for me, it's like, why not? Why not have both? And people give no fucks today. Why not have both, guys? Why not? So that's my take on it. Is I would take the Streetfighter, because if I could do it all over again, don't get me wrong. Oh, look at that Triumph. Don't get me wrong. I love what the Panigale has to offer, and I do like the fact of now I can say I've owned a full fairing sport bike. I though also, however, like the fact of I can do more for less money. So that's why, in my opinion, guys, Streetfighter all day. So now eventually I would like, oh, also, I'm not gonna lie, like, track day sounds fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, the idea of going 180 miles an hour with a naked bike doesn't sound interesting, like on a track. So that part of it, that's a different story. But like I said, I'm not a track person. Like, I want to do track days, but that's not why I purchased it. I think that's the point, man. Like, what's your objective? Like, what do you want to get out of the bike, right? And for me, it's just not, you know, this whole track day, you know, track, drag your knee, like all that's cool, and all. I'm not knocking anybody who does it. It's just not the ultimate reason why I purchased a sport bike, or any bike for that matter, right? I want look, speed, power, and to have fun on it, you know, and go on for rides. So that for me is why I think the Streetfighter would be my choice if I had to do it all over again. But I absolutely do not have any regrets whatsoever about starting on this bike, and not even it being the base model. I don't have regrets about it. Do I wish I would have, you know, maybe attempted to get it and not just be so closed off to the S? Yes, I will. Now that I can admit, I could have been more open-minded to doing the S model of my bike over the base, maybe. But other than that, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with my decision. What is going on here? place. Alright guys, as we check out downtown Brooklyn, I mean it looks as desert as I thought it would be. Anyway guys, as always, thank you for cooling with Jay. I appreciate y'all all the time, and again, thank you for the subscriptions, thank you for the views, the likes, the comments, man. I greatly appreciate it. Chill video. I plan on making more content this weekend, obviously, because it's supposed to be the hottest day of the year. It's supposed to be 80 degrees on supposed to be 80 degrees on Saturday, man. So I'm about to be in here like on it. All right guys, there's Motor Center. All right guys, as always, thank you for cooling with Jay, and I will see you on the next video.